Hi, my name is Louise Pelletier, and I'm a nurse practitioner here in the St. John area, New Brunswicker as well, from northern New Brunswick. And I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes on fasting. So, as we know, this month for our Muslim friends, it is their holy time and it is marked by fasting. And we also know about this in other culture, religion, as a Christian during Lent time. So I've chosen to experiment this year to know the true meaning of fasting for this long. So it has been quite interesting because there are many health benefits to fasting, and I'm going to address some of them in the next few minutes. As we know, during Ramadan, it is like an intermittent fasting during a certain period with lines with the moon and the sunset and the sunrise. So intermittent fasting is a caloric restriction that is done during a certain period of time, and where the people will not eat or drink during this period of time, which can be from a designated amount of hours, for instance, starting at 8 or 9 o'clock after sunset until sunrise, or it could be between not eating between 8 or 12 hours after 8 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock the next morning or noon. So in this case, it's total fasting. It's not like an hydration fasting where people are allowed to drink water. It is not easy to fast as people are afraid of missing something, as it is not good for our body. And a lot of people think that such practice can be ridiculed or could be dangerous for our health, but it is not the case. So of course, we know today that there are a lot of research out there that obviously will support the incredible benefit and therapeutic benefit of fasting, as maybe losing weight, getting your brain to focus better, helping with certain chronic condition, helping our body to regenerate with our digestive system. Overall, for our body, there are incredible benefits. This has been going on for thousands of years, and there are a lot of spiritual movements that are supporting fasting in this different traditional medicine also throughout the world. So and that simple reason that this would be the best way to purify our mind and spirit. So how does one go about doing this? So instead of having full days of not eating, we can alternate with periods of fasting and periods of eating, as I said, within the course of 24 hours. So one could decide to eat between 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, and then, fast from 8 o'clock at night to the next morning at 8 o'clock. So they would be fasting for maybe 16 hours and eating for an 8-hour period. So there are different patterns, and that's for one to decide how they want to go about it. It can be done every other day. It can be done for a period of time, as I mentioned a while ago. When you are doing it for a longer period, obviously the benefits are worthwhile. So is it difficult to do? Yes, it is not easy, especially the first few days, because we're used to getting up in the morning and our stomach is making all kinds of noise because it wants food. So for the first few days, it is a natural signal to our body, as we've been eating. Getting up is the first thing that we do, but after a while, we get used to it. It's very difficult cognitive wise to put aside that habit of wanting to grab food. For myself, it was coffee. Definitely needed my coffee as soon as I got up in the morning, so having to give that up is quite difficult. But we know that from millions of years ago, that our ancestors did not eat in the morning, getting up, because there was no fridge, or there was no way of storing the food. So they had to go about and search for the food, and oftentimes they would only eat by noontime. So as they would gather either the fruits in the wildness, or animals, and come back to prepare the lunch. So in our modern time, obviously this has changed, as we do get up early and want to have our breakfast. But we do feel that eating is associated with being more productive at work. But what is the best thing next to not having, or having your coffee and your croissant or your muffin every morning? So I know it's hard, it sounds hard to do, but it can be done, and the reward is amazing when you're able to do it. There is a sense of reward, that and an overall feeling of wellness. So how about talking with your doctor or your healthcare provider first, always, to make sure that this is appropriate for you, as we would not want to jeopardize somebody's health if they're taking any medication for conditions that warrants them to eat. But overall, there's an exhaustive list of why fasting is good for you, to regularizing your weight, decreasing inflammation in your joints, decreasing the risk of diabetes, decreasing cardiovascular risk, decreasing mortality, and having overweight issue. I did talk about helping the cognitive, your mind, for concentration. Then we're fighting against also the aging of our cells. So there are many other benefits to decrease your blood level of cholesterol, and spiritual wise, feeling a connection between the mind and the soul. So all these are so important. So if this is for you, I encourage you to try it. But like I said, you would want to always make sure with your healthcare provider that you don't have any thing in your health that would compromise you doing this, obviously. So on this note, I wish my friends, my Muslim friends, a good end of Ramadan. And it is sunset now, so I'm sure a lot of you out there are ready to have your meal, and I will do as well. Have a good evening. Thank you.